ሰላም ጤና ይስጥልን ክቡራትና ክቡራን የኢትዮ ታይምስ ቤተሰቦች በደቡብ አፍሪካ በመካሄድ ላይ የሚገኘውን ድርድር በተመለከተ የኢትዮጵያ መንግስትና ህወሓት ዘላቂ ግጭት የማቆም ስምምነት ላይ ደርሰዋል። የኢትዮጵያ መንግስት የትግራይ ክልልን እያስተዳደረ ከሚገኘው የህወሓት ቡድን ጋር ዘላቂ ግጭት የማቆም ስምምነት ላይ መድረሳቸው ተገልጿል። ይህም የተገለጸው የአፍሪካ ህብረት ልዩ ልዑክ ኦሉሴጉን ኦባሳንጆ በኢትዮጵያ መንግስትና በህወሓት መካከል ላለፉት 9 ቀናት በደቡብ አፍሪካ ፕሪቶሪያ ውስጥ ስላካሄዱት የሰላም ንግግር ማምሻውን በሰጡት መግለጫ ላይ ነው። በመግለጫው የቀድሞ የኬንያ ፕሬዝዳንት ኡሁሩ ኬንያታ በኢትዮጵያ መንግስትና በህወሓት መካከል የተኩስ አቁም ስምምነት እንደሚደረግ ይፋ አድርገዋል። የቀድሞ የናይጄሪያ ፕሬዝዳንትና የአፍሪካ ህብረት የአፍሪካ ቀንድ ልዩ መልእክተኛ ኦሉሴጉን ኦባሳንጆ በበኩላቸው የግጭት ማቆም ስምምነቱ ቅድሚያ የሚሰጠው አጀንዳ ነውና ቅድሚያ ሰጥተነዋል ብለዋል። በዚህም መሰረት የሰላም ስምምነቱ ዛሬ በፕሪቶሪያ ተፈርሟል። ነገር ግን የስምምነቱ ትግበራ ወሳኝ ይሆናል ሲሉም ኦሉሴጉን ኦባሳንጆ ተናግረዋል። ከስምምነቶች መካከልም ህወሓት ሙሉ በሙሉ ትጥቅን ለመፍታት መስማማቱን በስምምነቱ መሰረት ከዛሬ ጀምሮ በ30 ቀናት ውስጥ ቡድኑ ሙሉ በሙሉ ትጥቅ እንደሚፈታ ይህንን ውሳኔ ተግባራዊ ለማድረግ የሁለቱ ወገን ከፍተኛ ወታደራዊ አመራሮች በ24 ሰዓት ውስጥ አመቺ ቦታ መርጠው ንግግር እንደሚያደርጉ ስምምነቱ በተፈረመ 5 ቀናት ውስጥ የሁለቱ ወገን ወታደራዊ አመራሮች የትጥቅ ማስፈታት ሂደቱ የሚመራበትን ዝርዝር አፈጻጸም በጋራ በማውጣት ተግባራዊ ስራዎችን መስራት ይጀምራሉ። የሁለቱ ወገን ከፍተኛ ወታደራዊ መኮንኖች በተገናኙ 10 ቀናት ውስጥ ህወሓት ያሉትን ሁሉንም የቡድንና ከባድ መሳሪያዎች ለመከላከያ ሰራዊት ያስረክባል። ስምምነቱ በተፈረመ 7 ቀናት ውስጥ የፌደራል መንግስት መቀሌን ተረክቦ በከተማ ውስጥና ዙሪያ ሁሉንም አይነት የጦር መሳሪያ ያስፈታል። በአጭር ቀናት ውስጥ አሁን ያለው የህወሓት መዋቅር ፈርሶ የፌደራል መንግስት የሚመራው የጊዜያዊ አስተዳደር ይቋቋማል። በሚዋቀረው ጊዜያዊ አስተዳደር ውስጥም የትግራይን ህዝብ የሚወክል አካል ይሳተፋል። የሀገር መከላከያ ሰራዊት ከጎረቤት ሀገራት የሚያዋስኑ የድንበር አካባቢዎችን ደህንነትና ሰላም የሚያረጋግጥ ስምሪት የሚያደርግ ይሆናል። መከላከያ ሰራዊቱ በማንኛውም የትግራይ አካባቢዎች ተንቀሳቅሶ ህግ የማስከበር ስልጣኑን ከህወሓት ሙሉ በሙሉ ይቀበላል። ህወሓት ለተግባራዊነቱ ምንም አይነት እንቅፋት እንደማይፈጥርም ተስማምቷል። የሚመሰረተው ጊዜያዊ አስተዳደር በሁሉም የትግራይ አካባቢዎች የማህበራዊ አገልግሎቶች በፍጥነት እንዲጀምሩ ሁኔታዎችን ያመቻቻል፣ ተግባራዊነታቸውንም ያረጋግጣል። ህወሓት ያለ ፌደራል መንግስት እውቅና ከማንኛውም የውጭ አካል ጋር ግንኙነት ማድረግ ያቆማል። እንዲህ አይነት ተግባር የሚፈጽሙ ግለሰቦች ካሉም በሀገሪቱ ህግ የሚጠየቁ ይሆናል። ክቡራን አድማጮቻችን ቀጥታ ከደቡብ አፍሪካ ፕሪቶሪያ የሚካሄደውን የድርድር መግለጫና የተነሱ ሙሉ ሐሳቦችን ተከታተሉ ዘንድ በአክብሮት እንጋብዛለን።
Finally, let me once again congratulate all the delegates. Well done. You have made all Ethiopians at home and abroad winners in this agreement. Please positively move on, move up, and move forward, leaving the past behind. Ethiopia is a great nation and shall continue to be a great nation and pride to all Africans. My brothers, I thank you and God bless you all.
On behalf of the participants from the Ethiopian government in these peace talks, I would like to express our heartfelt gratitude to the African high-level panel led by His Excellency former President Olusegun Obasanjo, the AU High Representative for the Horn of Africa, His Excellency former President of Kenya, President Uhuru Kenyatta, and Her Excellency former Deputy President of South Africa, Dr. Fumzile, President of South Africa and AU member panel of the WISE. We've benefited from your immense leadership, experience and wisdom over the course of these talks and in helping us get to South Africa. In these talks, you offered your guidance and support to the two sides. We are proud that you've shown the world the reservoir of wisdom in our continent and our capacity to resolve our problems. We are pleased that you accepted to support the implementation of the agreement we've signed today. Your work started with the initiative of the chairperson of the African Union Commission, His Excellency Mr. Musa Faki Mohammed. We applaud his vision and leadership. Commissioner Bankole Adoye, Dr. Alhaj Sajoba, and their colleagues deserve our appreciation for their tireless work. Our deep appreciation goes also to His Excellency President Cyril Ramaphosa, the President of the Republic of South Africa, and indeed to the people of the Republic of South Africa for their generous hospitality. We are grateful to Her Excellency Dr. Nadeli Pandor, South Africa's Minister of Department of International Relations and Cooperation, for the excellent facilities she put at the disposal of the talks. We are indebted to all her colleagues for putting an extra hours to ensure the conditions are for the peace talks to continue and reach these positive conclusions. We thank the observers, Dr. Wekina Geweyo, the Secretary General of IGAD, Sana Tete, the Special Envoy for the Secretary General of the United Nations for the Horn of Africa, and Ambassador Mike Hammer, the U.S. Special Envoy for the Horn of Africa, for accompanying and supporting these peace talks. We shall count on their continued support to Ethiopia to quickly move towards rebuilding communities affected by this conflict. The level of destruction is immense, and thus that needs are massive. We thank our brothers from the other side also for their constructive engagement to allow the country to put this tragic period of conflict behind us. It is now for all of us to honor this agreement. We must be true to the letter and the spirit of this agreement. The people of Ethiopia expected more than the text of this agreement. They demand peace and harmony. They desire development. They have charted a promising and bright future. The government on its part will take various proactive measures to nurture democracy and inclusive development in the country. Our democratic institutions have started delivering tangible progress. We will continue the institutional strengthening process. We have charted an inclusive national dialogue process to put Ethiopia on an even stronger foundation. In the course of this conflict, we've also witnessed a complicated picture of the relations with various foreign actors. Our sisters and brothers from Africa remain true to their principled stance that Ethiopians must own and resolve their differences. They advised and encouraged us to reach this day. We hope others will learn that such a generous and firm direction is the one to take in dealing with such delicate situations. Friends of Ethiopia deserve also our special thanks. It is now time to revitalize our relations with our partners and put them on a solid footing based on principles of international law governing international relations. We look forward to exploring ways of reinvigorating our ties with all our partners. We thank you all for your patience and support of Ethiopia, and I invite you to visit us and admire the wonders of our country while we keep on joining hands for our future betterment and enjoy also our hospitality of our people. I thank you very much.
Excellencies, partners, brothers and sisters, I would like to thank the AU and the AU high-level panel for having conducted a successful negotiation the last 10 days. Obviously, the last 10 days were not a particularly exciting experience in the sense that there was so much haggling over what would otherwise be considered trivial issues. But ultimately, the fact that we have reached a point where we have now signed an agreement speaks volumes about the readiness on the part of the two sides to lay the past behind them and to chart a new path of peace development. Making peace obviously has proved more difficult and more intractable and elusive than presiding over the killing and destruction, the killing of women and children and destruction of property. The war in our part of the country, the last 2 years, has claimed the lives of hundreds of thousands of people and has turned Ethiopia, once in the cusp of great economic progress, into a bad parody of itself and caused tremendous suffering to the people of Tigray. Our people have been killed not only through bullets, but also for lack of food and medicine. Our children do not go to schools. Our hospitals are not functioning because of the war. We have always felt this war was imposed on us, and we have always been ready to do everything in our power to stop this war. Now that we are here to sign an agreement, to at least explore the opportunity to see if we can make peace, and it is within reach. It will come as a relief not only to the people of Tigray, but also to the entire Ethiopian population. And I hope, it's my hope and expectation that the two parties will continue to honor their commitment and redouble their efforts to make sure that the agreement they have signed is implemented and in a manner that satisfies the interest of our people. As you know, the humanitarian crisis has been particularly dire, and the fighting in the last 70 days has claimed for more lives. As we speak, as we are here ready to sign an agreement, thousands of combatants from both sides, as well as civilians, are losing their lives. So it is incumbent upon us not only to sign this agreement, but also to make sure that it's immediately implemented, and the follow-up activities that are required to make sure such an agreement is implemented to the fullest extent possible are carried through in earnest. And on our part, we are ready to do everything in our capacity to expedite the implementation of this agreement, and it's our hope and expectation that our brothers from Addis Ababa will do the same. Obviously, like I said, we cannot solve our problems when there is too much testosterone in the room. Obviously, some of you have been complaining that the delegates from both sides have little in the way of feminine presence. And people advise us that probably the presence of women would have made a difference as far as making peace is concerned. So when there is too much testosterone, and when there is too much willingness on the part of the two sides to fight till the hell freezes over, it is the children and the women who find themselves at the receiving end of the suffering. And unfortunately, it's unfortunate for myself and my comrades here who have once served in the same government. It took traveling all the way to South Africa. I'm not complaining that I traveled to South Africa. I have always loved being in South Africa, but it is quite tragic. It took a haggling of several months for us to come together and explore an opportunity for peace, because addressing the pains of our people is far more important than the kinds of concessions we have made. Yes, we have made concessions because we have to build trust, and we have to make sure that every one of us builds on that trust. But like President Obasanjo clearly pointed out, to sign an agreement is one thing, but to implement it is entirely different. And our focus should be on implementing it, not because we are wary of fighting, but rather because our people deserve every ounce of it. It's our hope and expectation that both sides will remain faithful to the commitments they have entered. And it's also our hope and expectation that the verification and monitoring mechanism we are going to put in place will be an ironclad one, and the international community needs to throw its weight behind such a process so that we can avoid a relapse into the kind of traditional proclivity to resolve differences by shooting at each other. So I hope our effort to silence the guns will be followed through in earnest, and our people deserve all the peace in the world, and we need to rebuild communities which have already been shattered as a result of such a bloody war that has continued for the last 2 years and still continues. I know there are spoilers from nearby, from inside our ranks, from the neighborhood, and we also know they would not stop at nothing to sabotage our peacemaking efforts, and it is only through our collective resolve that we can hold these spoilers in check, whether they are from the entire neighborhood or from within our ranks. We have to tell them that there is no substitute for peace, that our people deserve all the peace in the world. All our mothers and sisters and our children deserve all the peace in the world. And for us, we are ready to do everything to make sure that no effort on the part of spoilers would set us back on our commitment for peace. Our decision to silence the guns should also serve as a basis for a continued political engagement that will help us resolve overarching political problems that have bedeviled the nation. And I know as long as we have this pause, as long as we continue to renew our commitments for peace, we still can find it within our hearts to mend fence and to resolve political differences. And ultimately, it is only through political dialogue that problems of political nature can be resolved, and that commitment should always be there. Last but not least, I would like to thank once again all the people who have been involved in making this happen. More importantly, the high-level panel has been very instrumental, and I would also like to thank Kana TV, and Mike Hammer for taking all the pain to bear with us while we are haggling amongst each other, not to solve our own problems. Hopefully, they will remain engaged in the entire process, and we have every confidence in the panel and in the African Union and their commitment to carry through their responsibilities, and of course to make sure that our agreement which we are signing today becomes implemented and to the fullest extent possible. Let's take this opportunity to once again recommit, rededicate ourselves to rebuilding our communities and to seek political and peaceful solutions to the problems that our communities face. Thank you.